Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. You join us in one of our more regular locations outside Tesco near our house, but today there is a purpose for us being here. We're about to head over to Boston to take Andy to his respite care for a couple of days, but because we were away at the weekend and he apparently ate us out of house and home during that time and it was a bank holiday yesterday, long story still fairly long, we have no food for him. So on our way, he's going to be leading us around the supermarket. We're going to be picking out the foods that he wants, that he chooses, plus getting his normal stuff like his crisps, his waffles, that kind of thing, his pop that he needs for the next couple of days. We'll then load up the car, head over to Boston, and then I've got a surprise in store for Anna, which I don't know if she's going to like. I don't know if the weather is right for, so it might not happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll tell you what it would have been. But if it does happen, it's going to be cool. Those two massive bags are 2 days food for that one tiny human. 16 quid as well for 2 days of his food, which is why people wonder how we spend so much money on our grocery shopping every week. It's because it costs around about, I would say, last time we checked, probably about £60 a week just for his very restricted specialised diet, and then we have to get our stuff on top, which the rest of the family eat for roughly the same amount of money again. Great. Our normal stop halfway to his respite place. It's very, very windy, as I'm sure you can hear, and much, much colder than it has been for like a week. I'm not sure if the surprise is going to be a good idea. We just got a phone call from his respite place. Apparently we were supposed to be there at 3:30. It's now nearly 4:30. We thought he was there at 5:30. Oops.
Who watches that?
Anna's watching some Fallout thing that she's just seen on the internet. Just show the screen what's on there. She's just had that appear. She's just had that appear and is now she's actually shaking.
So excited.
In other news, Andy just climbed over the back of his chair to pick something up off the floor and put it in the bin.
Because she missed it.
He's now had his pre-respite McDonalds. It's getting windier and gloomier and looks like it's going to rain. We might be about to get some of these storms, which ruins everything. Where are we going now?
Home.
Splendid. Careful as the car come in, so straight across the road.
Say bye-bye, yeah?
Yes, you will be.
Home.
Yes.
Mummy and Dad.
Yeah. Come say bye-bye to the vlog.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'll level with you. When I decided to bring Anna to Skegness, where she used to come on holiday as a kid, I didn't expect it to be the middle of winter when we got here. Do we remember the vlogs of the last few days? I've got sunburn on my nose. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm wearing shorts. The wind is so strong here. You can obviously hear how strong that wind is. It's so misty that you can barely see that massive Ferris wheel just behind me. I don't understand how it's winter here when it's been the height of summer in the rest of the UK for the last 3 days. I don't think I know how weather works anymore. There you go, we're at the seaside. You happy?
No.
Special treat?
No.
You've been moaning the last few days that it's been too hot.
It has been too hot and now it's freezing hot.
Yeah, I've solved her problem. What a man. I packed 3 things. I did pack our coats because I thought it might be a little bit chilly.
I would be out the car if I never go.
But I also packed my drone because I thought it would be really cool. I did have an ulterior motive for coming here. It was going to be, it's a nice thing to do for Anna. Take her along to, everybody loves the fact that the camera's out. It's a nice thing to do for Anna. Take her to the seaside, get her some fish and chips, watch the sun go down on the beach, all that nice stuff. Plus, yeah, plus bring the drone, get some awesome B-roll, etc, etc. there's not a chance I can get the drone up in the sky in this. It would just fly out to sea instantly.
Should we go and see the sea?
We are, yeah, of course we're going to go and look at the sea.
Just about make it out.
And we're going to go and find some fish and chips too. I think our first ever vlog was recorded here, so I'll link up to that now. But it was recorded on a really dodgy old video camera. Part video camera, part phone, I think. It's awful quality, but have a watch. It'll amuse you, probably. Sea looks a little rough. The lifeguards are training over there as well. It's so windy, so foggy. That Ferris wheel that we could see from before, I don't know if you can even see it anymore. The Ferris wheel is there, but I think it's now so misty that you can't even see it. The fair that I was filming before on the way down, that's not there. We could quite easily be stranded here and no one on the promenade, what, 150 metres away? None of them would know we're here. I'm trying not to be too alarmed that everything seems to be closed. Part of the whole idea here, and an integral part of it, is the fish and chips. And if everywhere's closed and we can't have fish and chips, what's the point? Don't panic, we've not like driven miles out of our way. This is only 25 minutes away from where Andy's staying for his respite. So we've not like travelled halfway across the country to come to the beach. We do live relatively close to the beach. It's just whenever we come, it's like this, which is why we don't come very often. Now we've stepped a little bit further away from the sea, it's much less windy and drizzly and horrible. I've got a massive bag full of jars of chopped up different flavoured rock because it's delicious.
I tell you,
it's not all for me though. Fish and chips at the seaside with our coats on. It doesn't get any more English than this. That place looks awesome. It's like a pirate place. But we operated I think it's the standard rule for fish and chip consumption at the seaside. Basically, you wander around and whichever chip shop has the biggest queue or the biggest crowd of people, you go there. Because you kind of assume that if that's got the biggest queue and the biggest crowd of people, the locals must know what they're talking about. That must be the best one. We're now aiming for the pier because Hannah wants to have a wander on the pier and play with the 2p machines. That park just over there now is the location of one of the biggest meltdowns that Andy ever had. I think it was the day we made the video here that we were talking about before, the first ever vlog. But it was in this little playground that's over there, and we just wanted him to play. We just wanted him to have fun. We'd come to the seaside for the day. All he'd done was stood sort of ankle deep in the sea, and we just wanted him to be a kid and have fun, didn't we?
Because
So
that's a sensory one as well. It's
Yeah.
got different like hills and textures, and the roundabout is in the ground,
but he absolutely was not having any of it. And I remember he kind of ran away up these steps.
Yep.
Up towards where the road was, and then there was, did he run behind a shop or
Yeah,
try
he
to grab
wants to go
something
and
from a
get a
shop?
ball.
Yeah.
That ball on the bouncy thing.
Yeah, I imagine at the time we excluded almost, if not all mention of that from the video we made that day, because that was the point where we weren't sharing stuff like that on the internet. But it was
a stressful day.
Oh, it was a massive meltdown. He was on the floor on the street just there, pulling his trousers off.
Yeah.
It was a stressful day, and just being back here reminds us of just how, well, it reminds us just how far he's come, because if we brought him here now, he wouldn't do that. If he didn't want to go there, he'd just tell us and we'd accept it. So we've all matured, not just him, we've all improved. But also, he'd probably just go and hang out there for 5 minutes just to get us off his back. He'd say, yeah, right, I'll go for a couple of minutes and then he'll be done.
He'd be over there filming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to go and film some of these rides in a minute because he'll want to see them. We think he watches the vlog while he's at his respite, so he's probably watching this just as you are right now. So we're going to film some stuff for him, and it'll be the big test to see if he does watch while he's there, because if he then asks us to come to Skegness when we pick him up on Thursday, we know that that's because we've put it back in his head. That's not the last you'll see of log flumes this week. We're going to Thorpe Park tomorrow with Lucy. And the Dr. Pepper log flume at Thorpe Park is amazing. We've also just checked the weather for tomorrow as well, so we don't want to be hanging around at Thorpe Park all day in this weather. And apparently it's going to be 23 degrees in London tomorrow. I've only been to Skegness like 4 or 5 times in my life. When I was a kid, we always used to come to Hunstanton. My dad will probably watch this and say, you've been loads more than 4 or 5 times, you liar! But I always remember Hunstanton as being the place that we went to, because Skegness is that little bit further away. This used to be your seaside of choice though, didn't it? Because this is basically Nottingham-on-Sea. You just get on the A52 from Nottingham and you end up here. This would be where you would come. If you came to the seaside as a kid, it would be here.
We would stay in Chapel and day trip here.
Okay, I have no idea what that means. Tried to get to the pier through that arcade that said pier entrance, and it said that that part of the arcade was closed, so there was any way through. I don't know if that means they've closed the pier or what. We're sort of trying to walk around the side of it now, seeing if there's a way to sneak on. Looks pretty closed, unfortunately. Boo! Right, are we going to go and have a paddle? Bought spare trousers.
I haven't.
So this sign tells us all about all the windmills that are here. And on a clear day, there are loads of windmills. We cannot see any windmills out to sea.
So we're here. We should be able to see them ones.
We should be able to see all of them. I mean, we've got footage again from that previous video, I'm sure we have, of dozens of windmills out there. And that's how foggy it is this evening. I can't tell if it's raining or splash from the sea, but I do know my camera is very, very, very wet. It might be new camera time.
I don't think so.
They got the lifeboat onto the back of the thing. I don't know if you can see it because the camera just looks like a wet, sandy mess. So I'm just kind of going on faith that you can see and hear me at the moment. We've officially given up. The plan was always to watch the sunset, but yeah, we can't see the sun. It's raining, it's cold. We're going to jump in the car, drive down the coast a little bit to see what we can see, and then head home. Anna has been planning all day for us to go home and watch Jumanji tonight with The Rock.
It's only $1.99.
So we're probably going to head home and do that, and then up early tomorrow for a trip to Thorpe Park, which is all good stuff. So hopefully what you're about to see is an awesome sequence of us driving around the, what's it called, Fantasy Island? Which Skeg Vegas apparently. Just on the off chance that Andy is watching this, this is another place we'd very much like to bring you on the way back from the respite place. And we're back home, and it is time to end the vlog because we need to get the vlog edited and then get to bed and then get up early to go to Thorpe Park tomorrow. Thorpe Park is going to be brilliant. It's just going to be another long day. This is basically our holiday week. We're doing all the holiday activities normal people do when they're on holiday. It's just for most of the time we're sleeping at home, apart from those couple of nights down in London. But hopefully you enjoyed our impromptu trip to the seaside. I know we did, despite the fact it was cold and rainy and windy and weird, and I didn't get to fly the drone. But other than that, it was awesome. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching.